So this is the first time I'm using Restream, so it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I know you can't hear the game right now. I'm gonna be fixing that in a second. But of course, we need to make sure that the stream's working. So I think everything looks good so far. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get started now. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, let's play. So this is the first time. I'm looking forward to this now. I haven't played a game like this since Neverwinter. So I have high hopes for it, honestly. I think I have everything set up the way I need. I have the difficulty set to tactician mode, so I've been told this game's very hard, but I like hard games. So that's cool. I think I'm going to play single player to start, and we can write the multiplayer after. But for now, let's see if I go as planned. Oh, that's cool. That is a nice way to make a menu. So I presume this is difficulty. It has to be, right? Like, that's one thing though. They really should have a difficulty descriptor here. It's kind of hard to know though. Okay, yeah. I want to actually just go back and read what it says here. Oh, these are cool. What does this one say? That's pretty sick, man. If your party gets wiped in this mode, your save game gets wiped. That's the tricks and spices. Okay, let's go with that. I expect to die a lot. I really do. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. Not sure what character I'll make. An origin character or create a custom hero. So I've been told the best plan is to have an origin character, and the reason is because there's a lot of custom voice lines in the origin characters. So like you would miss out on some of the interactions, which could be fun. But that said, speak what you think's gonna be fun, I think. So, determine your origin. We got male and female. Toggle your helmet. Right, okay then. Stupid. Determine where target is stone, incapacitating it, deal damage, remove, separate fight for one turn through this department. Interesting. See, it's target, which means you could use that on an ally, which is interesting because it means if they are affected by those and you have no other way of removing it, you could maybe save someone with that. I like that sort of interaction where you can choose to use it defensively. Don't protect and create a magic physical armor and increases ally res on allies in the area. 5 turns. Gold preset. Okay. This is good because I haven't played any of the previous games. I did plan on playing Divine Divinity when I was a kid, but I never got around to it really, so. Powerful assassin, his arsenal with both daggers and magic will terrify enemy. Okay. Set invisible for 2 turns. Does not break invisibility or sleep. Jump over the enemy, landing behind their back and backstabbing them. Chicken blow. Turn the target character into a chicken. What? This game. It's funny. Cripple target. Oil. Target a surface in melee radius for 1 turn. Elemental damage matching that surface is added to your ranged weapon attacks and ranged weapon. Elemental damage. Okay, interesting. Which this is a caster. So it's a summoner with like minion instability from Path of Exile. That's cool. Chloroform. Set people to sleep. Ooh. Mosquito swarm. Unleash a swarm of giant mosquitoes. Man, like drain life. Alright. Wizard. What the fuck? It's rotating. Alright. Searing daggers. Fire damage. Set people on fire. Rocks. Oil. Yeah, we saw that before. Okay. What the hell are these outfits, man? Anyway, I like the axes, they're cool. Shocking touch, set the shock status on a target. I don't know what shock does yet, I presume it's damage amp, because that's what it generally tends to be. Or like stun of some kind. You would think. Battering ram, rush forward in a straight line, hitting all enemies, and knocking them down. Okay, so mobility, that's good. You can use that to get in, alright. Blinding radiance, air damage, blinding. Alright. Cleric. Ooh, that's cool. I like the shield. Decaying touch. Piercing damage from... Oh shit, that's cool. Sets decay, so like when people try to heal, they take damage instead. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Restore vitality of a target character. Cures poison and bleed. Target character consumes blood surfaces around them, restoring vitality. The more blood, the more they will be healed. Ooh, so if you like ruin some fools, you'll heal from their remains. Seems quite potent. Conjure Incarnate. Conjure an elemental that matches the ground surface it's summoned onto. Your Incarnate can be buffed with infusions. Once you hit summoning ability level of 10, a Colossal Incarnate champion will answer your summons. Ooh, that's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good! Shoot a volatile bolt that deals 4 to 5 random damage, creates a corresponding surface. Okay, so you're gonna literally set the surface, that's cool. Totem, target ground, surface, conjure totem. So this gives you a lot of control. I do like this. I might end up making conjurer. I don't know. I do like spending time figuring this stuff out before I make a decision. Hope you guys don't mind. Heal strike, ice falls from the sky, creates ice on the ground. Explosions, rain, creates a water surface. Puts out fires, make people wet. Doesn't mean too much to me yet. I'm sure I'll need a fighter on my team at some stage. Ferrari potent. Inquisitor. Yeah. Crippling blow. That's a lot of damage. Smash your weapon on the ground, knock people down. Here's non-cursed surfaces and lights. Metamorph. transforms, okay. I hope there's like some kind of, you know, buff you can give yourself, like turn yourself into a chicken of death and kill everyone. That'll be really funny. But I presume chicken's just a debuff. But maybe for a metamorph you can, you know, make it good. Moves and horns right from your forehead, making you see red. Rush your enemies and gore them. Okay then. First, normal arrow that deals damage, forks 2 times. Wow, a lot of presets, this is cool. I'm impressed by this. Anyway, we've seen enough for now. So these are customs, guys. Apparently, humans are hobos in this game. That could be interesting. Undead dwarf man, holy shit. That's cool. Cool, you can play dead. It's pretty funny. Make an undead party. See, I'm surprised because the default of the origin story was like they chose custom to show first.
Oh. I was just thinking about someone I used to know. My cousin. The Queen, in fact. A tyrant. I tried to stop her, but things don't always go according to plan. She cast me out to a forgotten island. And made short work of my allies, too. Lucky for me, I was able to commandeer a ship and began a new life for myself out on the high seas. Aye, but I hear that the Queen is at it again. And there's something darker behind her madcap schemes this time. If I don't stop her, I don't know who will.
Cool.
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world, trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
Cool. Do you like Fane? And the voice acting is impressive.
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
Can someone soul wolves? Ooh.
My life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who, or what, is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
Damn. It's a nasty affliction you got right there. The Red Prince.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
That's pretty good. I'm impressed by this. There's quite a lot of characters here.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the Master sing a very different kind of song.
Impressive. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to play as Fane, I'll be honest. That is a cool armor set for him. That's his set, which means he must have been an Inquisitor. Damn, these armor sets are baller. So, healing potions and spells will damage me. Poison will heal me. I can pick locks with my fingers. Oh shit, really? I gotta go back. Yeah, I missed a lot of character creation I didn't realize. Whoops. Anyway, I think I'm like the only guy. So, I don't think anyone's watching me right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it, guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. But... That looks kinda stupid. Holy crap. So I think either I go for Opportunist or Leech. I think Leech makes more sense to me here.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Love the artwork, it's really impressive.
Well now, aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world. Is that a fact? And your voice? I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull. Ha! Should have known it was a parlor gimmick. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
Right, okay, so the quests, all the stuff that I really need to worry about is going to be down here. What is this now? Ooh.
It's stuck fast.
No, that's pretty awesome, man. Turn into a ground skill, turn into a dwarf, human, etc.
This tone is. Something has changed. You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this...
No marks, no indications of a struggle. No lesions, no trauma. No marks, no indications of a struggle.
That might be useful. Nothing in there. Strange doors. Is there any way? No. Okay, let's
It
drop
seems
that
as
again.
though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Oh. You know? Do you?
There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
No lesion.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, so let's just leave it on, shall we? Because, to answer your question, what the collared for your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Why? Because we're at sea, of course.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that a new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well.
Why would you want to get rid of Source? Doesn't sound good to me.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural. Yes, this is a rare.
So used to right clicking.
There's been a murder here.
To headquarters right away.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man. Small ones this time, thank the gods. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwoken followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything.
I'm not gonna bother helping you. Thanks, but no thanks. It's not what I'd do if I was captured. I don't think going upstairs is worth it just yet. Let's have a look around. I'm really impressed with the voice acting in this game.
It was one of them. I know it.
Could you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us will get our own. They're picking us
Name?
off one by one.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy.
Shut up. You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
He opens both eyes and turns his head toward you, looking you up and down.
You look like a boy to me. Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash, and...
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless... But there's more.
Listen close. There now, just like that. Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Burn my beard. That means if we'd been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. No indeed, boy.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly.
Wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him. I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
I'm gonna transform
Would you put
somewhere.
a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us.
Carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can
How do
we
I
just
sneak?
skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice, deciding fates.
She eyes you quite...
Not the future, no. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She looks at you in surprise when you bear an arm of bone.
My. Guess I'll have to find out the memory from Marrow, won't I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with... You were desperate to speak up, to reach out, to form a connection with these strange creatures. But you were scared, terrified even, of what they might think of you.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile.
Never say never, though.
You think me mad?
Not what I expected.
Mad? Insufferable, surely. I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Yeah, maybe, but don't really want you knowing about it.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister William, you faring okay so far? Of course I do. Seems Voidwalk can dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you. You head on in now.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around.
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh shit.
My mask! She stole it. If these savages see me without it, they will have my skull for a goblet.
No way. That's some funny shit right there, man. Seems worth taking this shit. Maybe I can use that to like banish stuff or punish someone somewhere. It'd be interesting. Makeshift weaponry is good. This is interesting, man. Very cool. Ripped off human face and a source orb. I'll have to craft another one. At least I know. Can't I pick locks with my finger? How do I do that? Nice. Pretty awesome, man. Oh, he's gone.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds.
No.
Can't help her, but looks a bit. Everyone's bloody dead. Worth a try. Can I take the skull with me?
And now you are silent. If only and now you are silent. If only all humans were so thoughtful. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare strike a royal? Ooh.
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. You shake the lizard by the shoulders. You shake the lizard. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or... The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted. You hear a faint thud.
I need some bedrolls, apparently. Haha. I am the bucket man. It's time to get out of here.
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Thank the gods! He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy bend.
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other.
Your lies end here. Get him!
Alright. I got wrecked. And now I know why.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck. Quick. Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize this. You press your palm against the door to open it. Your fingers clack against the wood, and you suddenly feel grey. It doesn't budge. The moment you touch the door, greyness seeps into you.
I want in there. I want to know what's behind the door.
Touch the door. The moment you touch the
Death fog? Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
Totally not worth it.
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
He eyes the collar circling yon.
Another source.
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew...
He whispers loudly.
Don't just cower there.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other, then back to...
Your lies end...
I was way easier this time, man. Oops. Damn, this game's difficult. Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits for now. I need to go get something to eat. So, yeah, I'll be back later. Thanks for watching.